There are a few legendary actors that have been around for decades but never got their proper credit. Helen Martin got her start in show business throughout theater in Chicago and later New York. A founding member of the American Negro Theater, which gave black actors and playwrights a place to train and develop their skills. Martin is most known as Wanda from Good Times or Pearl Shea from 227. Some even recognize her as a grandmother in roles like Hollywood Shuffle, Don't Be a Menace, or some of her other guest appearances. Martin has identified herself as a character actor, and her work on screen proves her versatility. As a star on screen and on stage, Martin is an example of a true actor who gets lost in her characters, and that's why Helen Martin will always be unforgotten. Helen Martin was born in St. Louis, Missouri on July 23, 1909, and was raised in Nashville, Tennessee, where she attended segregated public school. At an early age, she was drawn to performing. I just always wanted to be in show business. I didn't look up and see somebody in a movie. It's inside here. I was born wanting to be in show business. In some part of the entertainment world, I was born wanting to do that. Not limiting herself to acting in her teenage years, Martin was also a band leader and performed with local theater groups and led a 12-musician band. But her parents had other plans for her future and insisted she go to college. So for 2 years, she attended Fisk University in Nashville, Tennessee, before dropping out. After leaving college, Martin relocated to Chicago and became active in theater under the Federal Theater Project, which was part of the Works Progress administration under President Franklin Roosevelt in 1935. She later moved to New York to study acting with the WPA Theater and became one of the Rose McClendon players. In addition to that, she is a founding member of the American Negro Theater in Harlem. The company established African American theater and provided a training ground for actors and playwrights. In addition to Martin, the program launched the careers of Sidney Poitier, Harry Belafonte, Ruby Dee, and Ossie Davis. During her time on stage, she appeared over a dozen Broadway shows. Martin made her stage debut with the Rose McClendon Players in 1939 in New York City and made her Broadway debut in Orson Welles' 1941 production of Native Son. According to the Los Angeles Times, Orson Welles personally cast Martin in the role. In a 1992 interview with Skip E. Lowe, Martin called Welles her favorite director and even revealed that she didn't show up to her part-time job just so she would be able to audition for the part. Martin's performance confirmed her status as a stage actress and a force to be reckoned with. Martin would open up the door for many black stage actresses after her because she was one of the first black actresses to be featured in a major role on Broadway. Martin would go on to excel in theater, so it was only natural for her to take her talents to the screens. She would end up making her film debut in 1955 in the film The Phoenix City Story. But it wasn't until the 70s where TV and film became consistent for her. Martin appeared in 2 episodes of the sitcom Maude and had a recurring role in the series That's My Mama. Martin was also in Roots, where she played a village elder. According to the New York Times, Martin called this role one of her favorites. Aside from Roots, Martin guest starred in Sanford & Son, Starsky & Hutch, What's Happening, and a handful of other roles. One of her most notable roles came in the form of a recurring role of Wanda, Weeping Wanda, a neighbor and a friend of the Evans on the sitcom Good Times. Martin, known for being able to cry at the drop of a hat, she would attend any and every funeral and give a tearful reaction to all the bad news. Now, after Good Times ended in 1979, Martin's career did not slow down. Between 1980 and 1985, Martin had a recurring role in the drama Palmerstown, USA, Hill Street Blues, Alice and the Jeffersons. Then in 1985, she portrayed the character of Pearl Shea in 227, a feisty but kind-hearted busybody neighbor, known for snooping and a sharp sense of humor. In the show, she is the best friend of Mary Jenkins, Rose Lee Holloway, and Sandra Clark, and often acts as the voice of reason. Helen's performance would go on to gain her even more notoriety. She would go on to say that the series originally began as a play, but was later developed into a sitcom. Martin's role at first was meant to be for a blind man, but one of the producers specifically wanted Martin as Pearl Shea. When Martin joined the show, she was originally supposed to be a recurring character, but ended up appearing in nearly every episode. When it came time for the second season, she became a full-time cast member. In an interview, Martin revealed her character was originally intended to be a man, and she credited her 227 co-star Marla Gibbs as the reason she was cast in the role. "I never thought I was funny. In fact, I don't think I'm funny. It's just me." While working on 227, Martin played Robert Townsend's grandmother in Hollywood Shuffle. For her performance, Martin was nominated for an NAACP Image Award. Now, throughout the 90s, Martin continued to work and remained busier than ever after playing beloved characters on 2 different sitcoms and after enjoying critically acclaimed performances in films. Now, despite Martin's consistent bookings, at this point in her career, she was typecast to play the grandmother role. Martin would go on to play this type of role in House Party 2, Beverly Hills Cop 3, and even Loke Dog's grandma in Don't Be a Menace. Martin also guest starred in The Parenthood, The Wayans Brothers, and The Jamie Foxx Show. Now, when it came down to it, Martin's last few roles included 1998's Bulworth, and she returned to the grandmother role in Master P's I Got the Hookup. Her very last role would be an elderly woman in the TV movie Something to Sing About. Unfortunately, Martin wouldn't get to see herself on screen, as she would die of a heart attack before the film was released. She was 90 years old. Martin was a pioneer when it came to theater, paving the way for thousands of black actors and actresses throughout the American Negro theater. Although audiences grew to know Helen Martin more towards the end of her career, her impact cannot be dismissed. The same way John Witherspoon is Pops or Jennifer Lewis is someone's mother, Helen Martin is known as the grandmother of black comedy. And that's why Helen Martin will always remain unforgotten.